Greetings, fellow gorehounds, and welcome back to a blood-splattered vlog. I'm the Horror Guru.
And I'm Count Chocula.
And today we're talking about Mortal Kombat, the latest adaptation of the video game series of the same name. And no, it is not a horror movie. However, it is super ultra violent and super ultra gory, and I've been getting requests for it all week, so we're gonna talk about it. And this is actually our second attempt to do this vlog because the sound wasn't recording the first time, so if we sound like we're referencing things that we didn't actually say, but we're acting like we did say it, that's why. But we're gonna try our best not to do that.
Yeah.
First things first. Mortal Kombat has been adapted before into two absolutely terrible movies.
Two terrible movies, three terrible cartoons, and a really bad TV show.
Yes.
You know?
it's been adapted pretty bad before, which makes this movie really interesting to talk about because my feelings are super mixed on the movie. I do not think it is a good movie, but it is a much better movie than those other things.
Yes. Yeah, I would agree.
Probably a better adaptation overall than those other things, but it's got a lot of problems. There's a lot of moments where I'm sitting there going, why are we doing this? What the fuck is up?
Yeah, like, cause here's the problem. The movie has a lot of high points.
Yes, it does.
But it also has a lot of moments that just make you go, why did you do that?
Yes.
That was bad. That was just bad. And it keeps doing that.
Like, okay, without getting too much into spoilers, the movie puts all the emotional resonance of the film in its prologue, which is a backstory set way back in time.
Yeah, it's like the 1600s, yeah.
And then it flashes forward to a new character we're following, not the character in the prologue, but a new character we're following, who is not a character from Mortal Kombat, but was made up for the movie. And so you kind of have like the Alice thing going on from Resident Evil.
Yeah, and what's unlike Resident Evil, what you gotta understand about Mortal Kombat is there's a lot of lore to this goddamn thing. So in the mix, we're gonna try to cram in a completely unfamiliar character into this 2 hours.
Yeah, and it doesn't work really well because first off they do a couple things. First off, they kind of lead you to believe that this character is going to turn out to be a character from Mortal Kombat, and so I don't know if this is a spoiler, but he does not turn out to be a character.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. I thought for sure, like, you even pegged the moment when it was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
You know, like, there's a moment where you're like, oh no, this is where he says the thing and then jumps out into frame and all that shit.
This is where the iconic line's gonna happen. This is where his powers are gonna manifest. Yeah, this is gonna be awesome. And then when it turned out that he didn't have those powers, now the character in question does show up later on in the movie, but in a really confusing way we'll get to when we get to the spoilers.
Yeah. It seemed really... I don't know why it's one of those, I don't know why we did it this way.
And what makes this really frustrating is that because all the emotional weight was put in the prologue, when you cut to this new character, you're kind of annoyed that you're not following the character you started with.
Yes.
You know, it's a case where you're like, but wait, that guy, I want to see that guy's emotional journey.
Yeah.
Now you got me introduced to a whole new character, and I could turn out to like this character, but if it's not as good as the first guy, I'm going to be annoyed.
Yeah, and it's not.
Exactly.
It's not as good. Like, at the opening scene of this is basically Sub-Zero killing Scorpion's family. This is the best fight scene in the movie, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. The opening scene is obviously done by a full-on martial arts, what do you call it?
Like
stunt crew.
Stunt crew. Yeah. Like, guys really know what they're doing.
So it's like a John Wick action sequences. The camera is like pulled back enough to where you can see everything that's happening in frame, and it's brutal and it's violent, and you get a lot of one-ers where you're following a bunch of stuff. One-ers being like a long take of a single shot that doesn't cut. But this is like the only action scene that's like this until towards the end of the movie. Throughout the rest of the movie, you feel like the movie is trying to cut around the fact that their actors aren't as good martial artists as the people in the opening scene.
Yeah.
and that's unfortunate because I was so down for John Wick style action sequences.
Oh yeah. I thought we were gonna be like just going from like time period to time period, like, you know, like Mortal Kombat happens in all times.
Oh yeah,
or something like that.
Or maybe even have one thing I thought it was going to do with that opening, since the opening is set so far in the past. I thought that maybe that like fighters were going to be pulled from different time periods.
Yeah, exactly.
To represent Earth or something.
Yeah.
And it didn't do that.
No, it didn't do that. And like this gets particularly confusing when they introduce the character of Jax.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't have like future technology, Jax makes no sense.
Yeah, yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Jax has giant robot arms.
It's true. It's in the games.
The way they do it in this movie is like, look, I can roll with a lot of bullshit, but what?
Yeah, it's not cyber tech. It's magic. It's magic arms.
Yeah,
but it still looks like
magic. But they still look cybernetic.
Yeah, they still look like they're robot arms.
Yeah,
and you're like,
I was like, you couldn't have done like a man with the golden fists type of thing.
Yeah,
like I probably would have bought that a lot easier.
Also, if the movie had more of a combination of magic and technology throughout it, maybe it'd be more believable. You know, like a Shadowrun thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like if at some point like Jackson had to like fight like Noob Saibot or something, you'd be like, oh, that's where he got his fucking arms. He rips him off another dude. Okay, you know.
This movie also has like, okay, it's weird. It really wants to please Mortal Kombat fans, and like I commend them for trying. However, there are points in the movie where you can tell things only happen because that's the things the fans would want to see, whether or not it makes narrative sense.
Yeah. Some of the one-liner deliveries are pretty awkward.
Yeah, they feel so shoehorned in, and I'm just like, no, you could have had the character mention their name, and it could have been a cool moment in the theater.
Yeah.
But like, it's like everyone wants. It's like the whole movie's trying to do those final moments in Endgame.
Yeah.
During the final actions, but like that had like 10 years of build-up before they started doing that.
Exactly. Well, like the one moment where I was like, really? Was when they introduced Liu Kang.
Oh yeah,
it was just like, and then Liu Kang's there, and I'm like, really?
And then he like read off like his character sheet. It was
I was like, what the fuck? Like, isn't this? It's like, I know what this scene is. Like, they're out there, they're in the middle of Outland or wherever the fuck they are, looking for a goddamn temple, and then Liu Kang comes out of nowhere and fucking fights off all of them because that's the way the fucking thing goes. And then, no, he's just sort of like, hi, I'm Liu Kang. Really? Really?
Okay, let me say this. The first Mortal Kombat movie, the Paul W.S. Anderson one, it has a lot of flaws. Don't get me wrong. A lot of flaws.
Yeah.
But the one thing I will say about that movie that I appreciate in comparison to this movie is the simplicity of Liu Kang wants revenge on Shang Tsung. Liu Kang wants revenge on the guy who killed his dad or something.
Yeah, his brother. Yeah.
I was just like, that simplicity was beautiful, and it allowed them to put all this shit into the movie without it feeling as bogged down.
Yeah.
Whereas this movie, because it's trying to have all these complex character motivations and also having that kind of, it feels like, no, you needed to simplify the main plot so that all the lore shit didn't feel like it's bogging everything down.
Yeah. Just so you could be like, oh, okay, that's a story about that guy. Oh, that's okay, all right. I don't need to know that for this, but it clearly exists. Whoa. Like, it needs to have the economy. Like, one of the characters that shows up who's from the game is Cabal.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a weird choice, but it worked because his intro into the thing is basically, oh, he's like Kano's old partner.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, like, and that was it. That's all we needed.
That was great. Like the way they explained that was perfectly economical.
Yeah,
this movie needed more economical storytelling.
Yeah, like, and I could really. This sounds really dumb, but I really could have done without the fucking Terminator 2 "Get in if you want to live" fucking cliche. I was like, oh, come on, man. Like, really? I know we got to get this fucking train rolling, but that,
yeah, I know what you mean.
That's, oh man.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the spoilers soon because there's so much I want to talk about, and I don't know what is or isn't a spoiler with this movie because so much of stuff comes from the games, and some of it in the movie is treated like revelations, even though they're not. But anyway.
Yeah. If you play the game, you're gonna see a lot of shit coming a mile away.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna recommend this movie only if you just want to see some bloody action. Because that's the main thing this movie has going for it. There's a whole lot of, like, people's arms getting ripped off and fucking gory fucking, like...
Yeah, if you just want to see, like, shit from the video game...
That's another thing.
Live action...
If all you really want is 2 hours of fan service...
Yeah. This movie's got you.
It's got 2 hours of fan service up the wazoo. If what you want is something that has a lot of action, but a little bit more of a coherent story and a little bit more emotional resonance, this movie's probably not going to deliver.
Yeah, particularly that last part.
Yes.
You know, it shoots its... When we get to the spoilers, we'll talk about how it shoots itself in the foot.
So, with that said, it is currently available on HBO Max right now. I believe it's also in theaters, but unless you're vaccinated, I do not recommend that route.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth the risk.
And with that said, let us move on to the spoilers, because I want to, like, be no holds barred now.
I can't believe that the whole emotional center of the movie is a character that doesn't exist in the movie for the majority of the movie.
Yeah, so this movie opens up with, I think we mentioned it in the previous section, Sub-Zero killing Scorpion's family. But he's not Scorpion yet.
Yeah, this is before he's Scorpion.
But you know it's Scorpion because he's constantly using this, like, this kunai on a string.
Yeah.
And so you're like, okay, this is obviously going to be Scorpion, and he's wearing yellow. So.
Yeah. So you're just like, okay, he's going to somehow come back, then he's going to be Scorpion. So we meet this guy, Cole, who's also coated yellow, so we're like, and they don't hide the fact that he's supposed to be, like, Scorpion's ancestor.
And they also tell us right up front that there's a prophecy about the tournament and that one of Scorpion's ancestors, his bloodline, is gonna end the tournament or something like that. Like,
which felt really weird because that was super unnecessary.
Well, it's especially unnecessary when we get to the end of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, okay, so Scorpion's bloodline, this guy's Scorpion's ancestor. Now, if you're like me and you did not pay attention to any of, like, the marketing or anything leading into this movie, and you're just sitting down to watch the movie, you get the impression, like, okay, so he's gonna turn out to be Scorpion, or Scorpion's gonna be passed on to him.
Yeah. He's gonna get possessed by his ancestors.
Something like that's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it turns out he's not Scorpion. He's a completely new character who happens to be related to Scorpion.
Who's like a UFC fighter.
But here's the other thing. Narratively, at the beginning of the movie, he can't win a fight. He can't win a tournament. He can't win anything because he's good at taking hits, but not good at actually
delivering
them.
Oh God, I forgot about that whole subplot.
And you know what's weird about that? It never feels like it comes full circle, even when he wins at the end.
Technically it does. Yeah, even though technically it does, it's not satisfying.
Because at the end of the movie, it seems like what comes full circle is Scorpion's revenge.
Yeah.
His whole I won the tournament thing is like an afterthought.
Yeah.
And even then, the weird thing about this movie is that this entire movie is a build-up for a tournament that never happens.
Yeah. There's no official Mortal Kombat tournament, despite the fact that they keep telling you about the damn thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's fighting, but you're like, well, look, does the tournament just start when two assholes get close enough? Is it just Highlander rules? Like, if it had just been Highlander rules, I wouldn't have had any problem. But like, okay, yeah, sure, great. Two of them get together, that's Mortal Kombat time.
Well, it feels like it's a weird combination of Highlander and Street Fighter rules. Like,
yeah, and I was kind of like, I kind of wanted them to fucking pick one.
Well, because I'm sitting there going say what you want about that first Mortal Kombat movie. It also had the simplicity of the tournament structure.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a movie set on a tournament, it's kind of like a sports movie, you know? You're watching a guy go down the brackets.
Yeah.
Until they reach to the end and they get the final fight, you know? Like every tournament saga of an anime, right? Like,
yeah.
You know? But this movie, like, the tournament is them being hunted down by the video game characters, the Sub-Zeros, and the
Cabal, Melina, and a couple of others.
Prince Zoro.
Yeah, Prince Zoro. Goro. Prince Goro.
Prince Goro.
And some guy with a sledgehammer who's like, I think Shao Kahn's grandson.
They mentioned his name, and I recognized the name, but I now forget the name.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been years since I played Mortal Kombat. My day was Mortal Kombat like 1, 2, and 3, and that's about it.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that they didn't choose someone like Baraka or something like that.
Someone.
You know.
I'm pretty sure Reptile.
Yeah, Reptile shows up.
That's actually one of the better sequences in the movie. Honestly, is the Reptile attack.
Yeah,
that one's actually pretty cool. Probably because it's very Kano centered and Kano rules.
Yeah. The character of Kano is great. Like, it's weird because like Kano basically takes over this fucking movie for like the entire middle section. The entire second act is just Kano.
He is entertaining as hell.
Yeah.
You know, he's a fun scumbag to watch. Even his heel turn at the end is fun as hell.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
You're sort of like, well, I mean, what'd you think was gonna happen?
I know narratively Sonya Blade has to beat him because that's where the movie was going.
Right.
But like you don't want her to do it because you like him so much.
Yeah, it was a good way to fucking create emotional tension while still doing the thing that you know that the movie's gonna do.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna bring up something that was bugging me the entire goddamn movie. All right. So part of the plot of this movie is that this tournament that comes around all the time, or whenever, like however many years it comes around. There are people that are chosen for this tournament, and they're chosen by this like burn mark that appears on their arm with the Mortal Kombat symbol on it.
Right.
Our main character, this Cole guy, he was born with the symbol because he was born from the generation, or he was born from the bloodline that is destined to end the tournament or whatever it's supposed to do.
Yeah. Which I guess.
It ended in a tournament that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Except it's not going to happen because at the end of this movie there's a tease that it's still going and you're like, but wait, hold on. How often does this tournament happen? And what's going on here? I'm so confused. But the characters, they have to train in order to learn how to use their superpowers. You know, like, you know how Liu Kang throws fire and like Sub-Zero like has like ice powers. They have to train to do that. And our characters at the beginning of this movie have no idea about this and have no powers whatsoever yet. And Raiden gets really mad at them for not being prepared already, and you're sitting there going, but isn't that your fault?
Yeah, you should have fucking started this earlier, man.
Like, how long have they had these symbols? We know at least one of them had them since birth.
Yeah. And
you did not take them to a temple early on in their lives to start training for this tournament that was going to happen however many years from then?
Yeah.
Like, is this your fault, Raiden? Like, aren't you?
Yeah, fucking Shang Tsung's got, like, dudes that have been kicking ass for, like, decades.
And don't get me started, they lampshade it. They lampshade the hell out of it, so I'll give them this. They at least acknowledge that it is a flaw in the script.
It's a dumb conceit.
But this whole, Raiden, I can't get involved, but I'm constantly involved thing, that also annoyed me. Even when they lampshaded it, I was like, so I guess you can get involved.
Can you get involved or not? Like, are there supposed to be rules? Is there any benefit to following any of these stupid fucking rules?
If there's no enforcers of the rules and the rules can just literally be bypassed by killing them before the tournament, then what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
Like, if they're gonna break the rules by killing people before the tournament even begins, why can't you just lightning strike them, right?
Yeah, no kidding. Like, they don't really answer that.
They lampshade it where he just gives that weird smile when the guy points it out.
Yeah, well, like that would have worked if all the other bad things in the movie didn't exist.
It's a thing that I could have let slide
if
the rest of the movie didn't have so many annoying moments.
Yeah, like oh god. Like, yeah, I thought for sure Cole was gonna get possessed by Scorpion, or was gonna turn into Scorpion, because that felt like where we were going.
Yeah.
There was even that moment where he's fighting Goro, where you were like, all right, this is gonna be where he gets possessed by Scorpion, and he's gonna say, "Get over here!" And that fucking
because he was given the kunai. He was given his ancestors' kunai by Raiden, and it's just like, magic power. This is your ancestors. Use it, and it's like, okay, fine. So he gets in a fight with Prince Goro. And Goro turns his attention onto Cole's family, which is in a car on the other side of like this little property they're on. So I thought for a minute this is gonna be the moment where he's gonna like shoot the thing out of his arm and be like, "Get over here!"
Yeah, exactly.
But it didn't happen. He grew like honestly, he grew like Jax like fucking.
Yeah, he grew like Jax armor and shit, and you're like.
And then all of a sudden, you got these two like
Tonfas.
Yeah, Tonfas, and then I guess he builds power the more he's hit. It wasn't really explained, but it was shown.
Oh, was that the idea?
I don't know. That's what it was. That's what it seemed like was happening.
Oh, that sucks.
And then later on, the way the kunai comes back is that I guess the kunai summons Scorpion to the fight.
Yeah, because Scorpion just fucking comes out of nowhere.
Dude just fucking appears at the very end of the movie to save him. And there's this parallel between, oh, we got to save Cole's family, and Scorpion's gonna help him because he couldn't save his family. But like the emotional resonance I was feeling in that scene was not for Cole's family. It was for Scorpion's family.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why wasn't this just a movie about Scorpion seeking revenge on Sub-Zero?
Yeah, exactly. You could have had that. You didn't even need to. The funny thing is you could have still done all that and not changed much of the movie otherwise.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, he's possessed by Scorpion, so he has Mortal Kombat powers. Mm-hmm. You know, okay, fine. And then he fights Scorpion at the end, because what does Cole really do in the final fight? He, like, punches an ice cube.
That's the other thing.
Like, what the fuck?
That's the other reason why the whole, like, oh, he never really wins a fight, he's just really good at taking hits. It didn't really feel like it came full circle, is that he spends most of that fight trying to free his family and not actually beating. Scorpion beats Sub-Zero.
Yeah, Scorpion beats Sub-Zero.
He's the one who's got the personal score there, so it's like, okay, so... I don't know.
It's one of those things where, like, I can't stress it enough. I can't stress enough how much Cole should have just turned into Scorpion.
Yeah.
You know, like, it should have just fucking happened. Oh, another thing. I don't know. God, did we mention Jax's arms and how weird that was?
I don't know if we have yet, but we can mention it. We can mention it here just in case. Like I said earlier, we recorded this vlog once before. So if we sound extra irritated, that's why we're having to, like, remember everything we said.
Yeah.
But, like, Jax... in the movie, obviously he's Jax. In the games, Jax always has those mechanical arms. So we're like, okay, so he's gonna lose his arms at some point, and that happens in the movie.
Yeah, it happens. That's a pretty good scene. Yeah.
Unfortunately, this puts him out of out of commission for most of the movie, which is unfortunate because like he was my second favorite character. But when he does get his arms, at first they're like monk arms.
Yeah, they're like magic acupuncture monk arms, and I'm like,
okay. That's a lot.
That's weird. That's a lot to take in all of a sudden. But
I'm already taking in a whole lot with this movie with all the normal Mortal Kombat shit. Now you're adding magic robot arms.
Yeah, he's okay, but you're like, all right, you know, Shaolin robot arms, okay, but then it keeps going because it turns out his cybernetic arms are actually a magical power.
Yeah, because all the characters develop a superpower. Kano develops his laser eye. Sonya develops these like sonic wave arms.
Yeah, and they have all the powers that they had from in the fucking game.
And Jax, his superpower literally is his robot arms get better. Like, they're still robot arms. Like, he just, like, gets more advanced robot arms. It's like, all of a sudden, his robot arms went from
they go from, like, janky-ass Android arms to, like, fucking iPod arms.
Well, it's like his arms went from, like, Mark 1 Iron Man, and then by the end of the movie, he's got, like, the Mark 4, 5.
Yeah, exactly. You're just sort of like, I don't know why we needed all those extra steps, man.
I thought he was just gonna show up with the robot arms, like the heat.
Well, yeah, I thought like what I thought was gonna happen would have been like, oh, okay, he goes to the hospital, and then we kind of do what we did in the first two Mortal Kombat movies, where he comes back. Yeah. Then he's got the arms because they find future tech or something. You know, because there's future world in this or something. But no, we're going to get rid of future world and we're going to keep Jax around for like no real reason. He has no plot reason to be here after he loses his arms.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. He really doesn't have much going on. Like, weirdly enough, narratively, he kind of fulfilled his narrative purpose when he lost his arm.
Yeah.
Like in the story of the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and I found myself going like, well, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love seeing, like, you know, I'd love to see Jax with his arms, but if he doesn't fit in the story, he doesn't fit in the story.
Yeah.
You know, like he comes back for the sequel. Like that's fine.
Sure.
You know, like the movie didn't have Johnny Cage either.
No, it does
until
tease.
the very end.
It teases Johnny Cage.
So clearly we were gonna do a sequel. So why not just, you know, leave that for the next movie?
Pretty much.
Yeah, would have freed up some time.
I will say this though, some of the stuff I did like with Jax, he does his fatality.
He does. He does.
Like I said, this movie, if you just want the fan service, then it delivers on that.
Yeah, it totally does. You just want to see like heads explode and people getting like sawn in half and shit.
Liu Kang's brother,
Kung
Lao, taking out that fucking winged chick.
Yeah, his hat.
That scene was like just straight out of a horror movie. I fucking like.
Oh yeah, that was straight out of like Mortal Kombat 11. You know,
Slasher killed her, and it was great. Like if you don't care about not giving a shit about the characters, there's a lot of fun shit that happens in this movie.
Yeah. There is a lot of good stuff in this movie. It's just that as a movie, it kind of falls flat.
Yeah, like weirdly enough, like I feel like if you had these same level of effects, but you wanted to do like a mini series out of it, you might have been able to. Like, and I feel bad saying this because I mocked people who are just like mad that like, oh, the movie's only 2 hours, rah. And I'm just like, actually, now that I've seen the movie, I do feel like if you wanted this movie to work, you should have done it over like an 8-episode miniseries.
Yeah, you should have. Yeah, they should have had more time, and
you could dedicate each an episode to a character and follow their little stories and all that stuff. Because as it stands, if you weren't going to simplify it, if you weren't going to do the simple, like, okay, he wants revenge on this guy for his family or something like that,
right?
And instead you're going to do all this complex stuff with all this lore and stuff, then you definitely need to spend more time than the movie had.
Yeah, I still don't know why we did the Cole's family gets frozen when we did, because it felt like the time to do that.
I was annoyed by that too, because like, okay, he showed up to find his family frozen in about the same amount of time frame that Scorpion did to find his family frozen.
Yeah.
But for some reason when Cole did it, we're under the assumption that his family's still alive.
Yeah.
But when it happened to Scorpion, the assumption was they're already dead.
They're just dead as shit. Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, well I guess the mom had like blood coming out of hers from the back, so I'm like, okay, she's dead, but was the son dead?
Well, we already saw like fucking Sub-Zero freeze Jax's arms off.
Yeah.
So we assume that that's just.
So like when they showed up in the final act, I'm like, oh shit, history repeated itself. Now they're gonna get revenge on him or whatever.
Yeah.
But then it says like, oh, like his family lives, and I'm like, but wait, that makes no sense. We've already seen that Scorpion kills people that way.
Yeah.
Like
he just straight up kills people.
Now you're just breaking the rules in the last act in order to have a happy ending.
Yeah, because it felt that was a moment that just made me go, I don't know why they aren't just dead if you were gonna do this scene. And I gotta be honest, I don't know why you did this scene, because it's fucking pointless.
Yeah.
It's fucking, Cole's family is pointless. Cole is pointless.
Well, you didn't really need them.
No.
Like, you could have made, okay, you know who would have been a better main character just from the narrative in this movie as it is? It was Sonya.
Yeah, totally.
Because she's the one who has the most interesting conflict out of all of them, not being chosen.
Yeah, because in the beginning she's not chosen because we've got, like, chosen.
At the beginning of the movie, the person who gets hurt in the present day narrative that propels the plot is her partner.
Yeah, it's Jax.
Yeah. So like in the narrative of this movie, Sonya would have made more sense as the main character.
Oh yeah, way more sense. It would have been a little weirder, but I mean,
it would have been weird.
Rolled with it.
It would have been weird, but it would have made more sense narratively, unless you wanted to, like I said, simplify it to where the main character is Scorpion, and yes, it is his family killed at the beginning of the movie. You have to like determine whether you wanted this to be like period Scorpion, or if you wanted to just adjust Scorpion's story to being in the present day.
Well, because the guy's a fucking ghost.
Yeah.
You could have done that. It would have been just
Exactly.
like, okay, he just possesses a descendant or something. Like
you could have done a lot of different things.
That's the kind of stupid that's easy to roll with.
So yeah, I could probably keep ranting on this movie for hours, but at the end of the day, I think we've said everything we really want to, unless there's something specific.
No, not really. Like, this, basically, you've got a movie with a lot of really great things and a lot of really bad things, and it kind of averages out to meh.
Yeah.
You know?
If you just want to see fan service, check it out. If you just want to see blood and gore and, like, the special effects, because, like, this movie does a better job of bringing to life all the Mortal Kombat powers.
It is the best Mortal Kombat adaptation that exists.
It's true.
I'll give you that.
But if you're looking for, like, any semblance of a decent story, this is not the movie. If you're looking for any semblance of, like, giving a shit about characters, because it says a lot that the character I cared the most about through the core of the movie, through the actual movie, was the guy who turns out to be a bad guy.
Yeah, it was Kano. Like, Kano, without Kano, I don't think we could have gotten through the movie. You know? Because you'd just be like, oh my god, are you guys just gonna say things at each other? Like, there's prophecy. I don't know if I believe in prophecy. Well, there is a prophecy, so you better believe it. Oh my god!
Also, if you just want to see a Mortal Kombat movie where people are actually cast the races they're supposed to be...
yeah, that helps.
You know, actually have an Asian Raiden, actually have, like, a Sub-Zero that speaks Chinese and a Scorpion
that's Japanese. Yeah. They did that. They did all that.
Absolutely.
You know, it's so weird. Like, the thing that pisses me off is it's the fact that everything that the movie does great, it then does something terrible.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a constant back and forth. You're watching the pendulum swing as you watch the movie.
yeah, and then, oh god, like, near the end, like, the actual fighting tournament.
Oh, yeah.
That, or whatever that was.
I don't know what you call it.
It just kind of happens.
It was just an excuse in order to get more locations from the games. It's like, oh yeah, remember when they fought over this giant cliff?
Yeah.
Remember there was a tar pit in this one Mortal Kombat game? Like,
yeah.
It was literally just that.
Yeah.
That was,
yeah, it was.
The movie was made under the logic of fan service for most of it, which makes the fact that it's centered around a movie created character all the more weird.
Yeah, it really does.
You know,
because I just didn't care about Cole.
Yeah.
You know, like, you didn't get me to give a shit.
Yeah.
Movie, like, why wasn't he just Scorpion? I might have given a shit then.
The funny thing is, if Cole was the character at the beginning of the movie with the same exact sequence,
oh yeah, that would have worked.
All of a sudden you would have given a shit about Cole, because like you made me care about Scorpion in the first fucking 10 minutes, and then you cut to someone else and I'm like, wait, hold on. I thought we were gonna be about Scorpion. Okay, this is his ancestor. All right, well, let's watch him become Scorpion. And then he didn't become Scorpion.
Yeah,
and you're like, aw.
Yeah, like, why couldn't he just be like, you know, he summons the power of his ancestor, now he's Scorpion, and he's got a fucking hook that comes out of his hand and shit. You know, like, I thought that is exactly where they were going, and I was like, that's actually pretty clever. And then it didn't do that.
Yeah.
And instead, it just recomplicated the plot, because you're like, why is Cole here? Why does anyone care?
That part is what overcomplicates the plot the most, I think, is trying to, like, thread that weird needle they're trying to thread.
Yeah.
And so, with all that said, where can they find you, Count Jacula?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Jack Saintwave. You can find me on Twitch at Count_Jacula, where I stream twice a week on Thursday and Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hope to see you there. And you can also follow me here on YouTube at Planet Dracula, where sometimes I still stream. If I'm just feeling like, I just don't feel like dealing with Twitch's bullshit today.
Today I'm going to deal with YouTube's bullshit.
Yeah, today I'll deal with YouTube's bullshit.
Yeah.
And then finally, if you're an Instagram person, you can find me at Satanic Jacula on Instagram. And with that said, how about you?
Y'all know me. I'm the Horror Guru. You can find me at the Horror Guru on Twitter, on Twitch, on Facebook. I think I even have an Instagram now. You can check out. Just look up the Horror Guru or Blood Splattered Cinema, and I'll be there. be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because these videos do better the more engagement they get, and engagement comes in the forms of likes, in the forms of shares, in the forms of comments. And also ring that notification bell so you're notified of my videos immediately upon their upload. And if you'd like to help out either of us more directly, the thing I said in the last vlog that I have trouble saying directly, be sure to check out our Patreon pages. And remember, if you decide to go the Patreon route, even $1 a month can go a long way. And with that all said, we actually got another vlog to record, so we're gonna do that. And you'll be seeing this Cavity Colors Team Kong shirt one more time. Get over here! Get over here!